Well, we're going to give another shot at this live stream business. How's everybody doing? So while we wait for some folks to show up, I need my royalty-free music. Bum ba da 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 dee boo doo. Do 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 do. Beep beep boo boo dee dee doo dee doo. That'll do. Little desafinado. Nice. Well, I've been working on lots of different stuff this morning. Finishing the finish on some of the things that'll be in the next batch. I don't even know if this thing is live, but I see there's 5 of you there. Purdy. Thanks, Barachi. I still have to figure out on this thing how to see all of the comments. Any bunker buster? No, actually not in this batch. I'll try to do one for next week if you want. Do a 20 ounce, maybe even a 25 ounce. Nope, this week I got a couple of bubble casts and mostly some kind of fun pours. And then I got in some Washington quarters. We'll unbox in a little bit. All right. So I'm thinking, thank you, Victor, I appreciate that. I need to go turn on some nice loud music for you, bud. Silver Ripples, thanks, bud. I appreciate you stopping in. It's lunchtime where I am, so I've come in from the shop and kind of just taking a little quick break. Don't worry about it, bud. I'm just glad that you're still there. Victor Frankenstein, he's been following me for a long time. Good guy, but he doesn't always like my music. Too bad. Silver Bean Counter has to mute it every once in a while, too. Hey, Matt. Thanks, bud. This stuff is super shiny. Florida, so it's an early dinner for you then, eh? Well, I'm going to slide these out of the way for a minute. I don't want to ding them up. They're super pretty. I've been sharing some of them little by little on the Instagram channel. We'll see what kind of quarters I got. They're all Washingtons, of course, but we'll see just what's in there. So I'm thinking on this live stream thing, I have to figure it out. One of these times I will try to run the app in the background and then view the live stream on YouTube with the volume muted. And hopefully the app will keep streaming the video, and then I can see all the comments and read them back a little bit better. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to wait. As soon as we hit 10 people who have nothing better to do than see what's in that bag, then we'll start ripping that open. I got to get out there and get back to work. I've been running sales every Friday afternoon and only selling on weekends. So I'm finishing up this week's batch. Some pretty fun stuff. Okay, thanks, Silver Ripples. He says that should work well if I try to run the app in the background. I'm not going to try it today because this is just going to be a short one anyway, and I don't want to screw it up. I'll try it at some point soon. All right, well, we're not heading toward 10 anymore. We lost some. Short break. All right, Victor. Well, thanks for popping in, bud. I'll give you a good look at some of these things with some really loud music tomorrow afternoon. All right. Well, I'm not going to stay here too long. I'm still just trying to learn this. Thanks, Victor. I appreciate that. Back at you. So in here, this came from an eBay order. And it's just $10 face value. Company is that Coin Exchange. Had that 10% e-bucks offer plus credit card, so that made it $10.34 per face dollar. That's not bad at all. So we'll tear into that, and then I'll just kind of hover over some of the different things that I made and which will be available in this weekend's batch. All right, well, let's kind of dig into here. All five of you. Let's see what's in here. I don't have my fancy knife this time, so we'll just manhandle it a bit. There we go. So that company right there, dudes, Coin Exchange. It's good stuff. I've been buying from them for a long time. They always list their junk silver for qualifying for the eBucks offers. So it's especially good when you get the 10%. So last week or so, yeah, maybe about 8 days ago, we had that 10%. I kind of sat on it for a minute, and then spot kind of plunged. So I went ahead and got a roll of quarters from these guys again. Not bad, 1034 per face value, and I love to get it when I always use Provident Metals to compare, because I often will sell junk to them when there's some spikes. So I was able to get this for less than their buyback. So that's always a good goal. So like 4 or 5 cents less than they would pay to buy them. I did a video maybe a week or 10 days ago about using the eBucks offers to buy these. If you haven't seen that, the quarters is the best way to go when you're looking to sell back to Provident. Provident's one of my main sell back outlets. So, all right, so that's a nice new roll they got, which I like better because when you got these before, it was in a tube like this, but then there was their own sticker across around the front. It was in just one of those clear quarter tubes. So I'm gonna hover down a bit. Let's see what's in here. Coin Exchange, boom. Come on, hi-ho. Oh, there we go. So I've been getting quarters from them for quite a while. Sometimes in bigger bags, but they're always just your basic average circulation. This one's a little bit slickish here, isn't it? You know, I've searched the dates in the past. I'm not a big expert, but I didn't see anything. Occasionally, I will find something worth setting aside. So Silver Ripples asks if I've been getting any gold. No, you know what? I finished actually stacking pretty hard about a year ago. I still play and flip and pour and buy and sell just for fun. But I had a goal of 10 ounces of gold, and I got pretty good at getting it cheap, doing the eBucks offers, and I ended up with 20 ounces, so I stopped there, and I haven't added anything else. I actually sold 2 ounces of it, so my full gold stack is at 18 ounces, and don't think it's going to get any bigger until this silver to gold ratio starts cooperating a little differently. Yeah, I have some fun gold coins, and almost all of them, all but the very first gold piece that I got, was done using those 10%, sometimes even higher than 10% eBucks. And then one time, I also had a one-time only $100 coupon, so I used that on top of 10%. That was a great day. All right, dudes. Well, that's what it is. I will count those later. They're your typical average quarters from Coin Exchange. All right, well, thanks, dudes. That's a company I trust. Why do I pick 20 ounce and 25? I have poured some kilo things, and I will do that at some point. I don't like to tie up a bunch of silver into one piece. Since I sell out as I pour them, I just sell everything. So if I have somebody interested in a kilo, or if I've got a bunch of extra stuff, I'll pour a kilo. But I've been short on melting material, bud. So I haven't been pouring the big pieces as I will at some point. I mean, I still pour big stuff, but no problem, Ripple. Let's take a look at the things that are in this week's batch. There are a bunch of other things, but here's some things I just had set aside to do some polishing on. These here, man, these are going to be killer. Those are 50 grams of those Rolos. It's a really great size, and these came out really nicely. But I don't have a grams stamp, so they sit there until I get a grams stamp. But they came out super cool. Really nice size, and the backs just came out super nice, man. So I did some 1 ounces. This will be the smallest I do, and I'll send them out in 1/4 kilo tubes because they fit nicely into a 50-cent tube. So I got these two are bubble casts. I can zoom today. Shiny, shiny. Love it. I just love how those bubbles are flawless, man, and when they get shined up, tasty. So that one, and I did one other bubble cast. I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but this one was funny. I should have ran video. It started as a 6 ounce, but I left it bubbling too long as I got distracted, and I lost a bunch inside the furnace. But that's a cool piece too. I won't take it out of the bag. This one's a big bar. Thanks, Silver Ripples. I do enjoy making each piece kind of have some character. This is what we call the large old style bar. This one's 11.18. Super nice and shiny, everybody. Spent a lot of time on the finish because I want it to look really pretty. This one I shared on my YouTube channel. This is a sunburst on that large old style mold. Just a sweet looking piece. Not taking it out either. Once it's in the bag, it's in the bag, dudes. These things I send out fingerprint and human flaw proof. The MS70s of poured silver. This is a silver soap bar. I put a really gentle torch on this, man. And I put the stamp on the offside here because I wanted to preserve that little dimple. I like how the dimples play with the light. This is a fun size, man, because it's so wide and thin, and it's a great little spinner. I got to be really careful. If I drop any of these on some of those connoisseur pieces, that would not be good. So I got a couple of silver soap things. This one's the smaller large. The smaller old style. Poured into that cast iron. It's really neat. I got some other stuff, but that's it, man. Here's kind of a neat heart. I've got a couple of cool hearts that are going out. This one I did with a gentle torch too, and put some nice soft lines on there. Super mirrored, all this stuff. Love it. It says 3 ounces, but it's actually 3.07, man. I didn't feel like doing the decimals. Silver Ripples likes the dimple too. Yep, it's fun. It's fun to try to coax the silver into being its best self. Kind of see what it's wanting to be and help it get there. Anyway, 3.07 on that. That's why you should always weigh your poured silver. All of us pour over because we don't want to have to when you weigh it, man. There's nothing worse than having a nice looking piece that's 2.99 when you needed it to be 3. So another reason I do the odd weights, I don't much care how much it weighs sometimes. I stop pouring when it's looking like I should stop pouring. Anyway, everybody, thanks for popping in. I got to get back to work. We took a look at those quarters from Coin Exchange, and that's a little sneak peek at some of the things that I'll share in the premiere every Friday, man. It's about 3:15 Pacific Coast time, Friday afternoons when spot freezes. Boom. I'll do a premiere on there, and then I open up the shop at Tasty Silver. Thanks, Matt. Take care, bud. I appreciate you popping in. We've been at it for almost 16 minutes. That's a good amount. I'm going to finish up some lunch and get back to work. Anyway, and then the sales run until Sunday, man. Thanks, Silver Ripples. I appreciate that. Glad to provide some little distraction to whatever you're up to. That sale will run till Sundays when spot opens up again, 3 o'clock p.m. And that's the way I've been doing it lately. Then I do all my shipping on Monday mornings, man, and that leaves me free all week to make some more stuff.